Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
All right, 29 January 2024. I am 47 years old. So I thought, why not make a video today and share with you 47 life lessons or words of wisdom that I've learned that I would like to share with you. Many of you have asked me, what would you advise your younger self, or what would you advise me? So in this video, I'm going to share with you 47 life lessons or words of wisdom that I've learned that I would share with you, or I'd share with my younger self. So let's move on, because 47 is quite a number of points. And yeah, do let me know in the comment section below which one stood out and which one you agree or disagree. I always love to read your comments. Let's start. Number one is take care of your body externally. Externally, you see, I've shaved, I've given myself a good bath. I always take care of my body, because your body is your vehicle where your mind actually moves. It's like a robot, You're here and the whole thing is moving. So you have to take care of itself. Make sure you groom yourself. Make sure that you maintain personal hygiene, whether it is trimming your body hair, whether it is brushing your teeth slowly, whether it's having a body wash, whether having bath with cold water or hot water. Pamper your body, take care of it, because this is the vehicle by which you'll have to carry your mind, yourself, and the whole world will be looking at you. So number one is take care of your body externally, maintain a very high degree of hygiene. Number two is take care of your body internally. Many people focus on externally. That is why they build muscles, they look very good, but internally they are not healthy at all. And that is why you see so many bodybuilders or fitness gurus, they die early, or they end up getting diabetes, blood pressure, or ailments. Remember that you can have an external looking body, but internally, if you're dying, it's not good. So make sure internally you take care of yourself. And for that, this is point number three, you could say, is make sure that you go for an annual checkup. Always check your body with your doctor and make sure everything is checked, whether it's blood, whether it's sugar, whether it is, do you have any problems? And if anything is aching, anything is paining anywhere, please immediately consult. Make sure that you take preventive measures. And remember, internally, it is what you put inside that will matter. The next point is take care of your mind. What do you put into your head determines what comes out. So what do I mean by that is careful who you chat with, careful which groups you join, careful what you read, even the news that you read. Sometimes it can be depressing. Sometimes media influences your mind. They want you to think in a particular direction, act in a particular way, whether it's news about, let's say, Hindu-Muslim fights, or whether it is Republican and Democrats, whether it is controversial stuff, whether it's a transgender movement, whether it is or the fear of certain viruses or whatever. Remember, take care of your mind, because sometimes you may not even know this, but you're being influenced, like ads that appear on the Chrome browser, where they are enticing you to shop because they know what you like, they know what you have been searching for. So whether it's eBay, Amazon, whether it's Instagram, whether it's social media, remember, they are putting stuff in your mind. So be careful what goes into your mind and how you react. Even in groups, if you feel people are toxic or they're wasting your time, it's time to exit. Okay. Point number five is, I told you, take care of what you put inside your body. Food is really what matters. And by food, I would say maintain a diary, have, you know, understand your body, understand that what you eat and what results does it give you. And maybe you'll have to maintain this for some time, after which you can discontinue. But you should know what is the impact of coffee in your body, tea in your body, coffee with sugar, coffee without sugar, coffee with milk, coffee without milk, then latte, espresso, cappuccino, or even tea, Earl tea, or mint tea, or fruit tea, or let's say masala chai, or whatever. You must know, after you put this into your body, how do you feel after 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours? Maintain a diary so that you're very aware of your body. Athletes tend to do that because they know after how many hours what they are going to feel. If they have sugar, they feel a high and then it dies out. Uh, like, for example, me, if I would have espresso without sugar, it would maintain my energy for the next 1 hour. It'll make me very sharp in thinking. I even know that if I were to brew a coffee here, it will give me like 15-20 minutes of high energy, then 1 hour of normal energy, but it'll not make me very sharp. On the other hand, if I were to buy an espresso from Starbucks or from Amazon, that would really shoot up my energy levels, my alert levels, my creativity to such an extreme that I would be like, for 1-2 hours, I could literally make videos non-stop. So I'm very aware of how my body reacts. I know how my body reacts to bread, rice, meat, pork, chicken, fish, whether it's fried, whether it's boiled. So everything, you need to maintain a diary so you know what to eat, when to eat, how much to eat, what not to eat. And also, one side note, maintain your weight, where you check your weight every single day after you get up in the morning. Okay, so that is number 5. Number 6, very important, cut down on sugar. Sugar is the most poisonous, the most dangerous, the most addictive substance in the world, more than drugs. So you have to cut down on sugar. I still love chocolates, I love ice creams, I love sweets, I love desserts. I cannot help but eat that. But what I've done is I've cut down. I've maybe cut down almost 60-70% compared to what I used to do before when I was young. Every hour, I would have something sugary sweet, whether it's chocolates, ice creams, snacks with sweets. So sugar is the most dangerous. And the white powder that you're putting, or the white granules, avoid that. And avoid putting anything in your tea and coffee, especially when you go old. And make it a point to cut down maximum on sugar as you grow older, because all it does is shoots up your insulin, shoots up your appetite, shoots up the weaknesses in your body. Even cancer and all those cells multiply because of sugar. Okay, sugar is the most dangerous substance. And the second dangerous is processed food. And I forgot the previous point. Food, when you eat wholesome food, eat fresh food, eat food that you cook at home, which is much better than eating processed food. Restaurants is second best, but the worst is processed foods, which are frozen and chemically induced. Okay. Number 7, do some form of exercise, anything, whether it can be walking, it can be swimming, it can be jogging, it can be cycling, it can even be going to the gym, it can even be stretching. The best is yoga. The second best is walking, according to me, because what happens, it doesn't put pressure on your joints. Yoga is incredibly good. But remember, don't do so extreme that your body is sore for the next many days. Rather, do something that you can do every single day, because every single day, if there is blood circulation, there is oxygen, you feel much better. And dedicate a certain amount of time for exercise, because that is your body. You must take care. Exercise, very, very important. Number 8 is something that people never focus on, because we live in a culture that believes in working more. Sleep. You must get proper sleep. The body's wear and tear, the mind's, whether it's depression, whether it's emotional upheaval, sleep heals your body. That is why when you're sick, when you go to the hospital, you're doing nothing but sleeping. When you're recovering, you're sleeping. Even when you get depression, when you have pressure, when you are under stress, if you sleep or take naps, that will really help you recover. Sleep is very, very important. As you get older, you will realize how important sleep is. When you're young, you might go to nightclubs, you might have fun, and you discount sleep. They say work like crazy and all. Yes, you should work, that's important, but sleep is equally important, and it'll give you a better quality of life. If I do not sleep, my whole day goes bad. So proper sleep is required. Okay. Point number 9, intermittent fasting. Fasting is, I used to hate that word. I never wanted to fast. I used to even despise fasting. I used to think people were crazy. I could never fast. Today, I practice fasting. It is literally a part of my life. Right now, the protocol I'm following is after I get up until it is 9 in the night, I will not be eating anything. Okay. I might have black coffee like the one that is here. No sugar, espresso. Okay. But intermittent fasting, because your internal body needs rest. And when you do not eat, your insulin is tapered off, it goes down, and you feel less hungry. Yes, the hunger pangs are there. I do feel hungry sometimes. I lie down for 15, 20 minutes and I forget. It's a feeling, it goes away. But there is enough and more fat in your body. Let that fat burn away. And I forgot, with regards to your body, remember, if you have anything where you can hold the fat, the love handles, that itself is a sign that you're overeating. You need to burn that off. You need to teach your body to burn that off. So avoid eating. Breakfast is highly overrated. So avoid breakfast. And if you can eat later on during the day, much better. But give yourself time to get used to it. Don't suddenly start. Start with delaying by 1 hour. Then once your body gets used to it, 2 hours, 3 hours, keep going like that until you can maintain at least 12 to 16 hours every day. And later on, eat whatever you like. Start with protein. That's what I suggest. Intermittent fasting is your best friend. It will heal your body. It will help you. And once a while, do go for a full day fast or a 2 day fast. And once a year, try to go for a 3 day to 5 day fast, but consult your doctor before doing so. Number 10 is, please never ever drink calories. And by that, I mean, do not drink soft drinks. Poisonous, absolute poison. I'm a guy who is to drink 18 Red Bulls in a day. I could do that. Minimum, I would drink 6 Red Bulls. So you're talking to a guy who is to love Red Bulls, energy drinks, Gatorade, cappuccino, thick with creamy coffee with thick milk and thick sugar and thick whatever, all the additives and cream and cheese and all that. Please do not drink your calories. It is very, very poisonous. It will just increase your hunger. It will not keep you full, and it'll make you eat even more. Just avoid drinking calories, and fresh juice, just avoid. Remember, you can eat a slow apple. You might get full with 1 apple or even 2 apples. But if you were to make the same fruit into a juice, you're getting rid of the fiber, the vitamins, and you will end up having 8 to 10 to 20 apples as liquid form, and again you'll feel hungry. But if you eat an apple, one, it'll keep you full. So uh, do not drink calories and do not drink fruit juices. Eat them. It's very, very good, and it also cleans your internals, and it helps in your body and makes it smell and look good. Okay. So don't drink calories. Number 11, this might sound a little disgusting, but it's very, very important. As you grow older, check your stool. When you go to shit, I never knew this was important. But obviously, when I started having hemorrhoids, when I started bleeding, when I was young, I used to think going to the toilet and I used to like literally squeeze and force shit to come out. And I used to think that was actually good. What I didn't realize is I was increasing the blood capillaries, forcing them, and very soon they would become thick like varicose veins. And then I ended up having almost 10 to 15 years of losing blood through hemorrhoids. It was, your bum hole. This might sound disgusting, but it's a fact. Your intestines, the insides just come out. And if you see some of the photograph, very, very graphic, it's like it's filled with blood. And every time you poop, solid blood used to come out. So I didn't know what to do. I was very shy. I was very embarrassed. and that would have killed me. It was so bad. Um, so check your poop. If your poop is smelly, stinky, hard, and constipated, that means you need to change your diet. Remember this: if you have, um, people claim that if you have non-vegetarian food, meat, you get constipation. You're wrong. If you have meat with butter and all that, you pass stool relatively easy. If you want, have fresh salads, fresh, like, a lot of roughage, so it cleans your system. And you can check Ayurvedic websites where they give you what vegetables to eat to pass stool easy. And when I did go vegetarian for, I think when I had malaria or sorry, jaundice or something, yellow fever in India, I only could eat vegetarian. You'll not believe, eating vegetarian, which I did for 1 to 2 months, passing stool becomes so easy. So if you have only vegetables, no meat at all, just passes off very, very easy. So it's very good to check your stool. And remember, really constipated, smelly stuff, that means there's something wrong with the system. And loose motion is also not good. It should be a balance where when you go to toilet, you should be able to pass stool very easily. And the Indian toilet is the most healthiest way of using. But obviously, if you're used to an American toilet, well, then you're used to sitting down. And avoid taking your smart device, which makes you sit for longer, and that harms your internal system, and that what leads to bleeding or hemorrhoids. So stool is very important. Number 12 is your best friend is silence. We are living in a day and age where there's so much of stimulation, where you just do not get silence. Your phone rings, notifications, there is music, there are people talking, there are people who want your attention, there are calls. It just never ends. What I suggest to you is switch off your phone, switch off the internet, and if you have a private space or even your car, sit down there for at least 15 to 20 minutes. Half an hour is recommended every day. You must experience silence. Even when sleeping, it should be silent. Never take your, by the way, an additional tip, never take your phone with you when you're sleeping, because that destroys your sleep. Your mind should be totally silent. So, silence is your friend. And I really enjoy silence. And I make sure every day, at least 1 to 2 hours, total silence, no music, nothing. Number two is stillness. We are so inclined to moving, where there should be some activity or another. It's recommended to be still. Meditation is a good form. If you can do SSY, Siddha Samadhi Yoga, where they just teach you to sit on a chair, back straight, just sit and keep your eyes closed and just sit. Do not move. Or you can, it's more healthier to sit on the ground on a flat surface where you can just sit and meditate. But if you find that hard, and you find it hard sitting on the chair and you're afraid you might fall, you can even lie down. I'm not asking you to go to sleep, but lie down, switch off for a few minutes. You can keep a soft a watch where it gives you a slow ringtone, not a very berserker like hard one, where you can slowly open your eyes. So it's recommended 15 minutes at least, where you have experienced stillness. And number 14 is your friend is solitude. Solitude is without a doubt the most precious resource that I enjoy. Being alone, it's a luxury that not many people have, especially when you're married, especially when you have a girlfriend, especially when you have friends, especially when you have children. So if you can manage solitude, whether it is going for walks alone in some remote place, whether it is uh, spending some time being in a room or being in, even in your car, you can just be there for an hour. That solitude, the moment of being with yourself, really helps you a lot. So the three S's: silence, stillness, solitude. Number 15 is toxic people. Please get rid of them ASAP. It is like cancer. It is like having a cobra, a snake, a poison. Toxic people will destroy your life. And it's not just toxic people who are bad. Sometimes this is additional thing which I've learned, is sometimes you need to let go of relationships of the past. Just as, your house, you keep having things and they keep filling up, and you end up hoarding things. Even relationships, sometimes it's best to let go, because there are some people who will never change. let me put the AC on mute. Uh, there's some people who will never change. They are still the same old as they were, and they will prevent you from growing. This year, I had to literally cut off more than like 7 to 8 people who I've known for 15 to 20 years, who are with me, in touch with me, because what I realized is they're not evolving at all. They're still the same. They're taking my time, they're taking my energy, they're making me think in a particular way. It was a very tough decision to make, but I had to get rid of these people. They were not bad people, they were not evil, they were not toxic, but I had to let go of these relationships. So you may have to do the same. So toxic people, get rid of them ASAP. But the other people, if you feel they're not letting you grow, it's time to move on. It can be anybody. Okay. Number 16 is the lesser number of friends you have, the better. It's always quality over quantity. And in fact, if you have sometimes just one friend or one mentor, it's much better than having two. So the less is better. Number 17 is commercialize your passion. We all have our passion, whether it's gaming, whether it is fishing, whether it is bowling, whether it is playing sports, whether it is public speaking, whether it's drawing, whether it's painting, whether it's cooking. Try to commercialize. By commercializing, you are able to sell it for, it can be even a small sum of money, $1, $5, $2. You can go to a flea market. The reason for doing that is other people will benefit from your goodness. Never give anything for free. Let there be some value. And once you start commercializing and you start making money, your confidence grows, and then you start thinking of creative ways how to make this even more better, and that adds value to other people and it adds value to you. So commercialize your passion. Number 18 is focus on earning more money in less time. There is always an axiom, work hard. And I'm a proponent of that. I believe you have to really, really work hard. But if you're smart, you will earn more money in less time. If you earn, let's say, $100 per hour and you're working every day for 8 hours, the goal should be, how can I earn 110, 120, or $150 per hour? Then your working number of hours is less. And the time that you get free, you can do something that you enjoy. So yes, there is a ceiling after which you cannot earn more than that in less time. But the goal should be always, how can I earn more money in less time? So then you have more time to do what you love. Okay, because remember, life is not just all about working. Yes, if you enjoy what you're doing and it's your passion and it's your purpose, fine. Otherwise, there are a lot of things you can do with your time. So earn more money in less time, and you'll not only enjoy the fruits of your labor, you'll also have time, which is, I'll be talking about it next. Number 19 is, yes, you earn, but you also have to save. Don't be one of those individuals who earns more money but gets on the hedonic treadmill where he has to spend more money. So if you earn more money and spend more money, in the end, you end up with nothing. And then on a rainy day, you will be completely lost. Do not be that person who earns more but lives also more. Then, it's really bad. So my advice to you is, earn more, live frugal. Okay, save as much money, enjoy life. I'm not saying just save and don't use it. Enjoy, have those moments where you enjoy, but always have a buffer, because you just do not know when you will be hospitalized, when there will be a rainy day, or when some emergency will come up. You just do not know. And that is one thing which I never practiced, which I do now extensively. Number 20 is spend money, but on what is worth it. See, clothes, this is almost 6 years old. This shirt, I've preserved and kept it properly. I do not spend money on clothes. I do not spend money on, let's say, other useless items like slippers and all that. It'll be cheap. Okay. However, I do spend money on things that take care of my health. Let's say, for example, the toothpaste. I will buy the best toothpaste money can buy. I'll buy the best toothbrush money can buy. I'll buy the best food money can buy. Not overpriced, but really healthy food. I will buy the best medicine that is required for my family, the best medical treatment that is required for the family, the best technology in terms of work. Okay, there I do not spend, there I do not spare money. But where other things are required, if you can save money, let's say you, instead of shopping in a very super expensive VVIP overpriced place, why don't you try to find something cheaper? So that savings is very, very important. I normally tend to have a list of what I wish to buy, and I always check online. Whenever there is a promotion, I save sometimes even up to 20%. So money saved is always good. You can utilize it for something else. So spend money on what is worth it and where it really matters. Like I told you, technology, work, training, there do not spare any money. Okay. But be smart about it. Number 21 is there are a lot of things money cannot buy, and one of them is life and its experiences. So, on Facebook, there is this very beautiful feature where if you upload a video and you upload it today, after 5 years, they say on this day and they show you the video. I'm really touched by the fact that I could see those videos, those moments of me spending time with my baby as she was 1 year old, 2 year old, 3 year old, 4 year old. And those are priceless moments. And because I spent time with my baby, because I took those moments in video and I uploaded them on Facebook and I kept it private, I am able to enjoy those moments and memories and I share them with my wife. So remember, enjoy your life and its moments because you'll never get it. My child will never be 1 year old, 2 year old, 3 year old. Today, my child is going to be 5 years old. So you never get back those years. Remember, enjoy life and its moments. And yes, upload them on your Facebook or and keep it private so that only you enjoy. You don't need to share it with anyone else. Number 22 is, life is too short. Do what makes you happy. If you are working for a job where you're miserable, but you have the option to change, maybe get a little lower income, but enjoy that. Highly recommend you do that. Being miserable is not worth it because you just do not know when life is going to cut itself short. So, it's recommended to do what makes you happy, whatever it can be. Sometimes it can even be maybe once a while you feel like having an apple pie or a chocolate or spending time with your spouse or your lover or your child, doing something special. So remember, do that. And sometimes maybe they will not come with you. Sometimes when I ask my wife and my kid, come with me, they say, no, I want to watch a movie or I don't want to come. I go alone because sometimes it's necessary to keep yourself happy. Number 23, self-education is so very important. Self-education and self-learning. Always feed your mind. Remember, I told you, one is be careful who you chat, what you chat, which groups you're part of, what you read. But here, this is education. Reading is very important. Listening to podcasts, listening to other people's opinions, watching educational videos, whether you're having a shower, whether you're driving, those are moments where you can spend some time to learn some new skill. Yes, it's not going to make you an industry expert, but awareness is very important. And I'm not talking about news, I'm talking of educational material. Always make it a point to educate yourself, learn yourself. But the best thing you can do is learn a new skill by actually physically doing it. And that will teach you and train you, whether it's going to the gym and learning a new form of exercise or yoga, or it's actually cooking or teaching yourself a new skill. It's always helpful. Number 24 is there is a lot of merit that comes from reading a book. People believe that books are outdated. Now it's a time for podcast. Yes, I do listen to podcasts. I listen to sometimes 4 to 6 hours of podcast when I'm doing work. So it's faster than reading a book. But the discipline that you get by sitting down and reading a book, giving it full attention, there's nothing like it. It builds character. I would highly recommend you do at least 5 minutes to 15 minutes every single day of reading a book. Believe it or not, that discipline you need. The next one is writing. And by writing, you can either have a diary. I have the Remarkable 2, that is the tablet. I did the unboxing. This one is an amazing device. I use it for writing down my thoughts. It's really amazing. I use it to jot down ideas. Every day when I get up, I just jot down whatever is there. Writing really helps. Practice the art of writing. It can be a few lines. It can be, don't just believe in typing. write down, because it forces your entire body to use your muscles, use your physical self to articulate those thoughts and put them into paper. And even if you're stressed or under problems, or you have things that you're worried, write it down. It's better than typing it. Write it down physically and keep a black book dedicated for you. This is a bonus point that will really help you. Okay, and keep it next to your desk or where you have access. Nobody else should get it. Number 26, technology, adopt and adapt to it, whatever it is. Whether, like, for example, me, I never had security cameras. I first got the first iteration of security cameras. The following, after 2 years, I upgraded it to the latest one. And then after another 2 years, today I have the latest one. It is with sound, it is with color, you can see in the night. So it really helps me understand how I can use this technology for my benefit. I can watch it on my phone. I can see it as a big screen which is above my monitor here. My wife can see things. So technology really, really helps you. Have technology, adopt and adapt. If, like, for example, I told you the remarkable writing tab, it can be anything. Buy or experience new technologies because they will help make your life better. Not everything works for the best, but it's always recommended to experiment and see. Like, I have now the new Apple Watch, I have the Samsung Watch. I'm trying to see how I can utilize this to my benefit. So adopt and adapt new technologies. Number 27, adopt and adapt social media to your benefit. See, people generally use social media to share their selfie or their food that they eat. This is so stupid and so immature. Use it to communicate a message, use it to communicate your brand, enhance your value, network with other people. Don't spam people simply by adding random people, but use it in a very intelligent manner. Take it as a business strategy, take it as something that can help you in the long run. Invest time, effort, and money into understanding whether it's YouTube, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook. Don't just complain about it and say, no, this is evil and this is bad. See what can be used for your benefit. I personally know one person who has used Facebook and social media to earn $15,000 extra. She's a housewife, extra every month by buying and selling online. So if you are smart and you really think, you will be able to use social media. So adopt and adapt to social media because every day they come out with new. Yes, there are things like threads which came out by Facebook. There are certain technologies which are totally useless, which may not help you. Even Chat GPT, even Open AI. See how you can use it for learning, studying, and enhancing yourself. Okay? But yes, you have to dedicate time for it. Number 28 is show less of your life on social media. Ever since I've been in this coaching business, I've had clients whereby I literally asked them to close their LinkedIn, close their Facebook, get rid of their Twitter account, or get rid of Instagram. Nowadays, the more you share, the more problematic it is. Privacy is so very important. For me, because I make a living online, I have to show my life on social media. But for normal people who don't make a living on social media, I would say the less you show people, the less people know about you, the better it is. It is, you don't need to show your entire life on social media, especially your children, especially your private personal details. Be very, very careful, because remember, if you start putting everything, even going on holidays and all that, there are people waiting to attack you. There has been a robbery here where a person lost up to, in terms of US dollars, I think he literally lost $500,000 because he used to advertise where he goes, what he does. And when he went for a holiday, people just picked up and he lost everything. He wouldn't get it back. So be careful. And yes, if you are a female, there can be people who will be stalking you. So, and if you're a male, maybe sometimes you can get into trouble. So be careful. And yes, be careful what you share and post and like, because it can even cost you your job sometimes, even liking something. Uh, Number 29, social media nowadays, the strategy that I follow is when people share their opinions, if they are not in line with what I believe in, I either ask them to not follow, but if they start attacking me, or I feel this person is giving me a headache, or I just don't want to waste my time, block and delete. You don't have to explain yourself to them. That's the best situation. So I've been very, very particular. And I would say I've literally have, I think, 5,000 people who have blocked on my phone. And I would say it must be 4, 5 times more on social media. So you'll need to block and delete a lot of people online. Just because you're famous or whatever, it doesn't mean you have to dance to everyone else's tune or listen to everyone's opinion. Freedom of speech, yes, is required, but that doesn't mean you're forced to listen to someone. Number 30 is it's good to have a diary where you can share your thoughts, your feelings, or even write down what you did in the day. Alternatively to that, you can have voice memos, which some clients of mine have recommended, and they do that. Or you can have even videos. Uh, there are clients of mine who actually shoot short videos, whether it is 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute. They don't publish it, they don't share it with everyone. They have a very private YouTube channel, which is only for them, and they literally vlog every single day and they keep it for themselves. So you can do this. This helps you see your growth, helps you gain perspective, and helps you become a better person, and you learn to communicate your thoughts. So try having that. Number 31 is you are you are a book of knowledge. You have experience. Don't let that be locked in you and then go to your grave, because then you're depriving the world what it could learn from you. If you can blog or vlog or share some bits of your learning, whether it is 1 minute, whether it's 10 lines, whether it is just writing one, just a tweet, whatever. Share lessons of life. You don't need to have 100,000 followers. You can even have one or two people, or maybe you'll have nobody, but one day someone will read it and they'll be blessed by it. In your case, you're sharing worthwhile words of wisdom through your life. People may or may not agree with it, but share it, because what happens is when you share your knowledge to the world, it will not die with you. You have a lot of wisdom that you can share, irrespective your age. Practice that, make it a point. Then, number 32 is please stay busy. They say, no, empty mind is a devil's workshop. Always have something or another to do. And what I recommend is plan out your day uh, and have something that you would do, whether it's a target or whether it's a task, whether it's cleaning or whether it's decluttering your cupboard or whether it's throwing stuff away, whatever it is, have a plan. And this can be an additional bonus point. Hoarding is very bad. Keeping things and just buying and storing things is also very bad. So plan out. You can maybe start with getting rid of all this clutter, which really helps you lighten your day. So always be busy with something or another. Which brings me to the next point, number 33, is have a routine. You must have a routine. After you get up, you should do A, B, C, D, whatever it is. Nothing should come between you and your routine. But if you're not a morning person where you find it hard to get up in the morning, then it can be in the evening. I highly recommend it should be in the morning, because your mind is fresh and you'll dedicate yourself. So it can be reading, exercise, learning, whether it is meditation, whatever. Dedicate that time for you and have a routine. It must be. It can even be work related. So, whatever, studies, emails, whatever, have a routine, stick to the routine, and be disciplined about the routine. Number 34 is invest in a nice pair of headphones or earphones, which will really help you. And this helps you, or you can even have a portable device, okay, if it doesn't disturb other people. This can be used to listen to podcasts, it can be used to listen to calming music, it can be used to listen to educational stuff. And this is very important, especially when you don't want any disturbance. With headphones, the benefit is it'll cover your head. It'll, you also have noise cancellation, so it puts you into the zone. Sometimes some people, when they are creative, they get even more creative by having this. Sometimes some people even do not have anything, but they have noise cancellation, so they cannot hear anything. Invest in a good pair of headphones. You'll really thank me for it. 35 is there are apps which give you sounds of nature. When CALM had just launched, they had given lifetime membership. Now they do not give lifetime membership, they only give subscription. I was a lucky few who took the lifetime membership, and ever since I've been listening to, uh, waves and wind and just soft music at the background. And this helps me sometimes take a nap or just, you know, zone out. Or sometimes, even when I find it hard to sleep, I use it. It's a very powerful app. There are many other apps like meditation apps, all that. Choose one app which will really help you. And many of them do give some, if you join, they give you a couple of days free. So experiment and find out which app can give you that noise or the sound which really brings out, which calms you down, which is very, very important. Okay. Number 36 is make sure that your life, you do not depend on others. My mentor had told me so beautifully, in life, always be like this, where you're giving, but not like this. Okay. Which was very, very powerful. So it's always good to be on the better side where you can give other people rather than begging and pleading. So make sure that you do not depend on others. And if you're depending on someone for anything, make sure that you aim for independence and then interdependence, where you do something and they benefit, and they do something which you benefit. Okay. Point number 37 is have your own private den or your man cave or your area where nobody comes in. In my room, my daughter is not allowed, my wife is not allowed, outsiders are not allowed. This is my private zone. If they have to come in, they have to knock and they have to leave, because I have very expensive items. I have electronic stuff, I have mobile phones, I have gadgets. And I literally, I sleep here and I work here. So it is like my area. Like, it might even have my body odor, or it might even have the feeling of familiarity. Nobody is allowed to touch. I do the cleaning, I do the maintenance, I do whatever. So have your man cave, your zone, or your den where nobody comes in, and keep that as a very spiritual, as a very important place where others cannot come, because that is where the best of your mind, your creativity, or yourself, or even recuperation takes place. Okay. So have your own den or your zone where you can maintain your privacy. Number 38 is always keep things in place. I'll tell you, it's very challenging for me because I have so many books, I have so many items, I have iPads, I have games, I have devices, I have chocolates, I have wrappers. End of the day, my desk sometimes look like a war zone. I have wrappers here, I have bottles here, I have pieces of paper, I have pencil. It becomes a challenge for me. Literally, it takes sometimes half an hour to even keep my desk, just my desk. But it's very important to keep everything in place, because you took out something, keep it back in place. And the next point is keep it tidy. Dust will always settle, which is bad for you, bad for your health. And even if there's no dust, when you keep things in place, you can immediately access it. But when you keep things tidy, you value and respect yourself and the thing even more. Remember, where you earn, especially your livelihood, your office or your desk, it respect it. There are many Indian people who have this tradition. When they go to work, they will touch the ground and they'll touch it to their forehead and they'll kiss it, because that feeds them. Even wrestlers, they kiss the ground or the ring where they actually work. So respect your things, especially the tools of your trade. Number 40 is practice creativity. Creativity is a muscle. The more you exercise it, the better it becomes. My YouTube channel, today I know how to design the thumbnails. I know how to write the description. I know how to make the videos. I know how to post and share it. I know how to use hashtag. And I've been constantly experimenting until I found out what really works. So it's because I have not given this to anybody else. I have practiced it myself. I have become more creative. So the more you practice creativity as a muscle, the stronger it gets, the better it gets. So practice creativity. It can be anything, but create something. Number 41 is do not be afraid to try new things, whether it is trying exotic food, going to an exotic location, trying a new technology, trying a new piece of furniture, whether it is a new software. Always try new things. You just do not know how it will impact and change your life. It might actually make things better. Remember, not everything can be to your liking, but it'll give you a good experience, and at least you know that, yes, I tried it. Number 42, the most valuable resource in the world is time. If I have to pay someone money to, whether it's wash clothes, clean, get things done, whether it's mentoring, whether it's training, if it can save me time, I will be more than happy. I'll tell you, because of mentoring, I was able to save 10 to 15 years of my life by learning from my mentors. Many of them charged me a bomb. I actually spent, this is not exaggeration, more than $500,000, half a million, on training, mentoring, coaching. Were they all good? No. Many of them were fraudsters. Many of them took me for a ride. Many of them were overselling me, but they underdelivered. But it was all worth it, because in the end, I found out the nuggets. And today, if I'm able to earn so much money in less time, it is because of mentoring and training. Save yourself years and years of your life. Time you can never buy it. Money comes, money goes. But invest in something that will save you time. So if there is, I have the fastest machine, which helps me save even 5 to 15 minutes per video. That's time well spent, saved. So if you have to take an accommodation near your office where you can save time instead of going in traffic, it's worth it. If you can pay someone money to get a job done and you can focus on what is important, it's well spent. Please save time. Time is a resource, you'll never get it back. Then 43 is, please do not be stingy with people who sell and make a living, because you'll see there are many shopkeepers, there are many vegetable sellers, meat sellers, hawkers. They are trying to make a few dollars, a few rupees, a few pennies, a few dirhams. Don't be stingy about it. You might feel like, oh, I have saved this money. No, it's a shame, because you spend so much money on buying your iPhone, on gambling, on maybe food, or maybe on overpriced items, or even porn, or even girls and their alcohol. You'll spend so much money, excess money. You spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. But this one penny that you are being stingy, which can feed this guy and his family, don't do that. I used to take a lot of pride where I could negotiate, but today I don't do that. If I know a poor person can make some money and earn a livelihood, even if they're not poor but they are a seller, let them make. Okay? And people will respect you. Even the guy who comes to do the electrician work or fix things, if he charges 10, 20 baht more or 50 baht more, but I know that he's going to do a good job, I let him keep it. Even the delivery guys who are in the sun, sometimes I give them 10, 20 baht here and there. It doesn't kill you. Stop being so stingy where you cannot give goodness to others. Yes, maybe don't spoil them by giving them every time, but do give them once a while. And when you're buying things from the shop or from the market, especially these poor people, please don't be don't be so stingy. It's a shame. Okay. Then number 44 is, please spend time to know yourself. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? But more than that, know what are your limitations. Be realistic. When you're young, you might think, I'm going to be a billionaire, I'm going to be a millionaire, I'm going to be a CEO, I'm going to be the richest guy, I'm going to be the most handsome, I'll have the hottest girl, I'll have the best guy, I'll have the best life. I think, as you grow older, you start being very realistic. And by being realistic, it is not selling yourself short on goals. If today someone tells me, hey, Loy, you can be a multi-billionaire, I'd say, come on, stop being silly. If they say, you're going to be world famous, you're going to be a celebrity star. Okay, fine. Colonel Sanders did it. Jordan Peterson did it when he's in 50s. But these are rare, very rare people. And exception to the rule is never a standard. So it's better to be realistic with yourself. So for that, you need to get to know yourself, get to know your strengths, weaknesses, limitations, and be real with yourself. Stop hyping yourself with things that cannot be real. So, and I'll tell you, it'll give you peace of mind. Number 45 is learn to accept things that you cannot change. Maybe you cannot get your dreams. Maybe you cannot get the love of someone that you want. Maybe you can not migrate. Maybe you cannot attain the position that you're looking for. Maybe you'll never get the gold medal. Maybe you'll never win. There are many dreams I had to let go, whether it was being a DJ, whether it was giving up radio jockey, whether it was not getting the gold medal in a certain category. Maybe it was not managing to defeat a guy in a certain competition. Maybe it was not being able to migrate. My brother, my cousin, all have migrated to the West, which was my dream once upon a time. I could not do that. So there will be things which you cannot do. And then by the time it becomes too late, or you realize, no, man, now it's not worth it. So accept the things you cannot change. It'll be tough, it'll pain you, but then it'll free you rather than hoping and clinging on. Oh, one day he'll love me, one day he'll marry me, one day I'll get this. Sometimes it's best you don't get it. And I'll tell you, you'll thank your stars that you never got it sometimes. Then, number 46 is you do not know when you will die. Okay, you just do not know when you'll die. And why I'm smiling is because we think we'll live forever. We think that only bad things happen to those other people. The war in Gaza, it's for Gaza people. The floods and famine in Pakistan, or the disaster that took place in that country, or the murders that are, it'll not happen to me. My dear, you just do not know when an accident will take place. Here in Samui, where I stay, every single day, there is a death, not an accident, there's a death on the road. Some tourist, we had just this past week, we had a young tourist in his 20s, went to take a selfie, went to take a selfie on the waterfall, slipped and died. Yesterday, I shared with my group, not yesterday, sorry, 3 days ago, this Russian guy, there was a truck, a trailer with a container. He just went at the side and his scooter suddenly slipped and he got crushed under the wheel. Okay. So you think these people knew they were going to die? You think people knew they were going to have an accident? No. You just do not know when you'll die. A snake bite, a mosquito bite, anything. So you do not know when you'll die. So what am I trying to say there is live every day meaningfully. Do things that you are meant to do. That doesn't mean you think, oh, I'm going to die, I'll call my boss and give him bad words and I'll take my credit card and spend all the money and then let's see what will happen. No, be sensible. Know that you may or may not live tomorrow, but do what has to be done today. For example, whether it's patching up with your loved ones, whether telling your parents what you need to tell them, or your child, don't leave that I love you or I miss you or you mean something to me or a kind word. Maybe you'll not get it. Maybe they will die. Your parents, if you have not said to them that you love them or you care about them or you miss them or you thank your mentors or whomsoever, do it. You'll not get a second chance because you do not know either it's you or them when their time is up. And last, if not the least, the final one that I can share with you is, there are people who say, leave a legacy behind. Okay, leave a legacy, leave something for the future generation. Or what would you like to be known? I'll tell you this. This is a funny bit. Okay, this is bullshit. Why do I say that? Very simple. If I ask you, can you tell me the name of your great great grandmother or great 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 grandfather? You do not remember him. You do not know who's he. In fact, I'd be surprised if you know your grandfather or grandmother's full name. Yes, there are many who know their grandfather and grandmother's name, but beyond that, you do not know. Same way with you. People say, oh, why don't you have a child so that your name will continue? Oh, how would you like to be remembered? Why don't you keep your name in this church or temple so people will remember you? Once you're dead, nobody gives a damn. So forget all this legacy talk and one day when you're dead. If you want to do something, do it without having these criteria in mind. Whether it's donating to, the poor, whether it is doing good for other people, Don't do it for this legacy. We came from nothing, we'll go to nothing. So remember, like they say in the Bible, no? I came from dust, I'll go back to dust. So don't flatter yourself with legacy. Rather, just ask yourself, what is the difference I can make to anybody right now without expecting back anything in return? Just do it for the goodness of your heart. And if you don't want to do it, it's up to you. But remember, there's no such thing as legacy. There's only the here and now. That is all what you have. So keep yourself happy, keep others happy if that is what you want. And know that once you're dead, it's all over. These are the 47 pieces of advice that I would give to you, to my younger self, or to the world. I hope this gave you something of value. Comment down below. Let me know which one really touched you. Having said that, this is me at 47 years old. In begins another year of my life. Good, bad, ugly. State your views. This is me signing off. Take care.